You've probably heard of Joseph Stalin, one of the most powerful and feared leaders in history, a man who ruled the Soviet Union with absolute control, where even the smallest mistake could cost you everything. But what most people don't talk about is how this man actually died. Stalin lived surrounded by luxury, power, and constant fear. His inner circle was terrified of him. Nobody questioned him. Nobody disobeyed him. And that's important, because one night in 1953, something went very wrong. Stalin had been drinking with his closest officials. It was a normal night for him. Eventually, everyone left, and Stalin went to his private quarters. Hours passed, then more hours passed, and here's where things get strange. Normally, Stalin would wake up and give orders early in the day. But this time, nothing. No movement, no sound, just silence. Now you'd think someone would check on him, right? But no one did, because they were too scared. Imagine being so feared that even when something is clearly wrong, people hesitate to open your door. Not because they don't care, but because they care a little too much about what happens if they're wrong. It wasn't until much later that someone finally went in, and what they found was not what you'd expect from one of the most powerful men in history. Stalin was lying on the floor. He had suffered a stroke. He couldn't speak properly. He couldn't move. And worst of all, he had been there for hours, alone. Now here's the part people don't like to talk about. While he was lying there, helpless, he had lost control of his body. He was found in his own urine, unable to do anything about it. And the people around him, they didn't rush to save him. Some hesitated. Some delayed calling doctors. Some were even afraid to act without permission from the man who was literally dying in front of them. Which is kind of insane when you think about it. The one time nobody was there to give orders was the one time everyone needed one. So instead of an immediate rescue, time was wasted, and that time may have cost him his life. Because the truth is, Stalin didn't just die from a stroke. He died in a system built on fear, a system he created himself. And in the end, the same fear that kept him in power left him alone on the floor when he needed help the most.